Good morning, all of you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. In this video, we are playing with decorator functions. What are the decorator functions and how to play with decorator functions? Decorator functions are the basically functions that will be provide the capability to add dynamically or remove dynamically component or listener to your app. This is the provide a lot of flexibility in app development by using the Gradio app. This is the here is the example. We'll dynamically add the text box to your Gradio package. This is the Gradio package, importing the Gradio package with the grade.black as a demo, creating the interface of your package after your package is created. And this is the basically used for package interface providing input text Gradio.text box take a input package. After that, we are using the decorator function at the rate used for decorator function dot render input is equal to input text and df dot show split dot text, and this is the if length text is equal to 0. If length of text is equal to 0, it means that markdown Gradio.markdown no input is provided. Else for loop, we are starting the for loop letter in the text. According to letter appear in the text, it will show the text boxes in the output and gr.text box grad letter. And this is the when you compile it, it will show that hello and different type of text boxes according to length of the words. For example, we are type ra, this is the only 3 text boxes appear, and when 2 text boxes appear, and this is the 1 text boxes appear. Next is the function. We are creating a logic in this enable to flowing the creating a function and attach the decorator function with render decorator to it. Add the input component as the input is equal to argument of the render. You can add the function as well as the input or creating a corresponding argument in your function for each component. This function will automatically rerun on any change into the component. Add all the component inside the function that can you render based on the inputs you will provide it. When input change, function will automatically rerun and replace the component creating from the previous function run and latest run, and pretty straightforward function that will be applied. In this example, I will show you what is the first of all I compile show you output. This is the input and this is the input, and there are the 3 boxes and button. It will key and it will create the 3 button, and in the case of text box it will create the 3 text box, and in case of button it will provide the 3 button. So this is the button, and first of all importing the interface. This is the interface, importing the interface. Input text is equal to gr.textbox label is equal to input. We are creating a mod is the function. We are creating a 2 radio button, text and button. This is the 2 button. Then value is text box, value is text box, radio button value is text box, and then render decorator function gr.render input. We are passing the input text, this is the input text and mod, and then trigger input text dot submit. When you're triggering function, what is the triggering function? Input text dot submit. When you're clicking on the input text dot submit, function is triggered. Define show split text and mode. We are passing the text and mode. Which mode? Text mode or button mode, because they are the 2 modes, text mode or button mode. If length is 0, here you can see that if length is 0, create dot markdown no input is provided. Else for length letter in the text mode is text gr dot text box letter according to letter, otherwise button according to letter. How many letters or how many character appear in this I will show you already. In the case of dynamic listen, if you are creating component, you probably want to attach event listener also. Event listener means click event listener or clicking on the button. These are the event listener. Let us take the example variable number of text box as an input and merge all text into the single text box. So let's start. I will show you. First of all, I run it. This is the boxes, add boxes. This is the first box, add second, third, and according to requirement you can add the boxes. And this when you merge it rm in. So this is the output provided, because 1 space is provided, I'm not provided input in the box 0. So let's start. This is the creating an interface. Text count is equal to state 1. Text count, counting the text and state is equal to 1. Add button, adding the button, and add button dot click event lambda x colon x plus 1. and text count input and output. Render text count, we are passing text count, and input we are passing, this is the input passing. Render count box is equal to null, zero value, empty value. For one in the range of count, box is equal to gr dot text box, key is equal to I, level is equal to box I, creating the box, and box is append, new box is appended. And merge argument, we are passing the argument space dot join argument. How many of argument you are passing? It will be join all the argument in single text box. Merge dot button, when you're clicking, it will be called the merge function. Call the boxes, this is the boxes, and show the output. Merge button is equal to gr dot button merge, and button is show the merge button is show, and output is text output will be show in the merge output. When run it, it will be show the output. Okay, next, state the variable text down, keeping tag the number in this text box. It will be creating the text. Up next, in next example, we creating highly customized and complex interaction with boxes. So let's start and try to compile with new packages. We are creating a task, two tasks. First is incomplete task, second is the complete task. Incomplete task, when task is incomplete, it will be show the output. So let's start and try to explain the code. This is the basically interfacing. State is task, take a state, and new task gr.textbox, label is task name, and autofocus is true. And autofocus means cursor present in your that task text box. In the text box, your cursor will be present in this text box. Define add task, new task name, go to passing the first is the task and new task name, which one to add the task. Return task plus name, new task name, and complete is equal to false. Name of the task and complete is equal to false. It will be added. When new task dot submit button, it will be call the add task. Input task and new task, output is task and new task. Render dot decorator gr dot render, input, the input is equal to task, and render to do task list complete. Task for task in task list, if task is complete, it will be add the task into complete list when task is completed. Incomplete, it will be add the task to incomplete list when task is not completed. This is the if not task is completed. Okay, and gr dot markdown basically show the message incomplete task and length of the incomplete task, one task, two task, or three task, or so on. For task in incomplete task, for task in incomplete task, with gr dot row and gr dot text box text task name show table false and container is equal to false. Done button gr dot button, creating a new button done, and scale is fixing scale is 0, and mark done. And when your task is completed, we are passing the task complete, if is true, task complete is equal to 2, return task list, and done button, click mark done, none, input is passing, and task output is the task. Delete button, delete, scale is 0, and variant is stop, red color. It will show the changing the color. And delete the task dot remove task and return task list. Delete dot button, delete none, input and task, return the output task. Gr dot completed task, for task in complete task, if task in gr dot text task name show label false or container is equal to false. Demo dot launch will show the your output. This is the task. Hello, and this is the here show the message. I will show you already what do you mean by the stop variant stop color into the red color, and done when adding task is completed. Ram, and when pressing the enter and asking that there are the two tasks, incomplete task or complete task, there are the two tasks, and done there are the two complete tasks, incomplete task is 0. So this is the show the example of the all code. Next, entire single gr.render that reacts to the task gr state variable. The variable is nested list. If variable is in the nested list, which presents some complexity, because nested, playing with the nested data, it will be create a problem, because understanding problem. If you design a gr.render to react to the list or dictionary structure, ensure that flowing parameter. Any event listener that modify the state variable in a manner that trigger a re-render must set the state variable as an output. Let's just Gradio know to check if variable has changed behind the scene. So if variable in a loop, it use inside an event listener function, that variable should be frozen. Frozen means immutable. It to itself as a default argument in the function header. So you can delete mark or freezing the variable by the loop time. Next, example providing the multiple audio tag and mix them together. Because we are getting a new audio tag, you can add a audio tag so that you can add and mix it to the it. So this is the example. You can add a track, more than 2 track, 3 track, and 4 track. According to requirement, you can add and merge track, and it will be show the error because I'm not adding the audio, so that it will be show the error. And I will first of all explain. This is the state. This is the importing the interface of the Gradio, and then after block as a first of all we in adding the interface, track the audio, then add the in this video, in this code, we are explaining the how to add the track to your video. First of all, we are importing the interface, then take the state track count. This is the getting the state. Add track button is equal to gr.button add track, adding a new button. Add track.button click when click event is performed. Lambda count is equal to count plus 1 colon, count plus 1, count means count plus 1. Track count or track count, input or output. Render, we are passing the decorator function gr.render input stack track count. Render track count, this is the render track count, counting audio and volume with row 4I in range of count. How many count? 1 2 3 4 5 6. Creating a column in a row. We're creating a 3 column, first, second, and third. This is the 4 column. This is the row, and this is the row. In this row, we are getting a 4 column, 1 column, 2 column, and 3 column. And then create variant pattern and mix. Wait, minimum width is 200. Sorry, minimum width is 200. Then text box placeholder track name key is equal to name I and show label is false. Track audio audio and label track audio and key is audio. Volume gr.slider 0 to 100, value is 100, label is volume, and key is equal to volume I. Audio.append track audio, adding for the appending your audio, and volume.append track volume for volume, adding for volume, and merge data. Next time is we merging the data is the new function. For audio, SR and output both value is none. Both value as none. For audio or volume in zip audio and volume, zipping the audio and volume. SR audio and volume dot audio volume audio data is equal to audio, volume is equal to data is equal to volume. Final track is equal to audio volume multiplied by the volume divided by the 100. If output is none, if no output, final track will be shown. Else, if it is not possible, then minimum shape is equal to tuple minimum s1 or s2 for s1 s2 in zip audio dot shape or final dot shape. Final track dot shape. Trim output, trimming the output. If output minimum shape 0, 3 by 3 dimension, we take a 3 dimension, and minimum shape 1, output is greater than 1 dimension, greater than, it will show the output of this dimension. Else it will be to show the minimum output will be the minimum shape is 0, will be 3 by 3. Trim final, and the final track will be same doing the same thing, and output plus is equal to trim output plus trim final, both of them, and return SR and output. When click on the button merge audio plus set audio plus volume or audio output audio will be shown. This is the merge button, and this is the audio button. Level audio interactive is false, and demo.launch. This is the radio and merge track. I think clear. If there is the issue, please write in the comment box so that I will reply when I see the comment. Next example, creating a calculator in the Gradio. This is the basic example that will be help you to understand how to create a calculator by the web application in the Gradio. This is the Gradio calculator. I will show you first of all what is the how to the calculator. This is the calculator. You have the function radio button 1 2 3 and 4, and this is the number. Output will show the number, and this calculate that, and output is equal to 9. This is the input, and this is the output. First column 1, column 2, and in the column there are the column 1, there are the 3 row, first row, second row, third row, and this is the fourth calculate button, and this is the output. Show the output, example output. This is the basically example, and I will show you. This is the calculate button, number 1 operation and number 2. Basically we are passing the 2 operand and 1 operator, and if operation is equal to add, return number 1 plus number 2. If operation is equal to subtract, number is number 1 minus number 2. If operation is equal to multiply, number multiply by number 2, return number 1 multiply by the number 2. Operation is divide, number 1 divided by number 2, and we will be the show the output. When then creating the interface of the Gradio app with gr.row and gr.column. In single row, we are creating a columns. Will I show you? One column and two column. This is the single row and creating two column. One column and two column. I will show you. And column number one, getting the number one, by default value is 4. This is the default value is 4. And operation Gradio, gr.radio, add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Number two, gr.number value is 0. Default value is 0. This value, default value is 0. I'm passing the 5, but default value is 0. And clear. Submit button. Next is submit button. Value is calculate. This is the submit button. Okay. First, second, third, and fourth. This is the first, second, third, and fourth. In column 1, we are creating 4 rows. Row 1, row 2, row 3, and row 4. And in second column, in same row, we are creating a second column. Result is equal to create number, gr.number. And when submit button is clicked, we are passing the function calculator. This is the calculator function. Input, we are passing number 1, operator, and number 2. This is the input. Output, result. The result will be shown in this one. And API name is equal to false. And example here, gr.example. When show the example, Gradio provide the example tab. They will show the example. Example is equal to 5 add 3, 4 divided by 2, minus 5, minus 4 multiplied by 2.5, 0 subtracted by 1.2. And input is number 1, operation, and number 2. If name is equal to main, this is the init function, constructor function that will be automatically called when you're launched. And show API is equal to. Next is the gathering event data. You can gather specific data about the event by adding associate event data class as a type hint to an argument in the event listener function. For example, event data for select can be type hinted by a Gradio select data argument. This event is triggered when user selects some part of the trigger component, and event data include information about what user specifically selected. For example, if you select specific word in the text box, a specific pixel in an image, a specific image in a gallery, or a specific cell in a data frame, the event data argument will contain information about the specific selection. This is the selection and particular data, gathering the data of the selection. You can select text from the text box, pixel from the images, specific image in a gallery, or specific cell in a data frame, or event in argument or event. So let's start and show the select data including value that was selected and index were selected occur. A simple example I will show you. This is the example. First of all, importing the interface, creating the text box, quick brown fox jump. And this is the selection. This is also text box. No value will show. Define get selection, and select event is equal to gr.select data. This is the selection event and value. Event key value it automatically contain, and text box will be show the output. And compile it. It will no output. Why? Because I'm not launching the package. I will show you in the next example. This is the example. Show the example how to do. They will showing that this is with the quick jump and text. This is the brown, and I'm selecting jump. It will show the data. So this is the basically selection of the text, or from the your providing text, particular text, splitting of the text. All they show here. Okay, clear. Next is the I am showing the this is the one type of game that will be used to implement here. How to play the game. This is the first of all, this is the game 0. You can click or run. First of all, I will run again, and this is the output. You will click or team create 3%. This is the grid interface. Turn is equal to gr.textbox passing the x, interactive false, or level is equal to turn. This is the turn, and level is x by default as x. First is the x. Board, we are creating a board. gr. Data frame value 3 value, first space, second space, and third space, multiply by 3. Interactive is equal to false, and type is array, creating the type of array. Next, place board list int, list 2 by 2 array, we are creating array list int. Turn event is equal to create dot selection data. If event value true, return board or turn, else board. After that, event index is 0, event index 1 is equal to turn. 0 and 1 is turn. If turn is equal to 0, if turn is equal to x, else is equal to x. If turn is equal to 0, turn is equal to 0, if turn is to x. If providing 0, then is x, and then else will be x. Otherwise, we will take a return board and turn. Board or selection, place, this is the place. Board and turn, input, output board and turn, and show the progress. So progress is hidden and package is done. When compile it, it will be show that 0 automatically then this, and this. Okay, clear? Completed this part. In next part, we cover the customized demo with CSS and JavaScript. You can use the JavaScript or CSS also in a Gradio. So next lecture we'll discuss about that. Okay, goodbye. Please like my video and subscribe my channel. So your subscription is motivational to us. And if you subscribe my channel, this is the motive, and we are creating a new video with latest packages that will be used for web application or data sciences or image processing. Okay, thank you and goodbye. We will meet into next video.